I now have all the house dogs outside. Half of them are puppies, half of them are dogs. Puppies don't listen as well as the dogs do, but most all puppies, they all just want to follow me. Like, that's their main goal, is just to follow people or other dogs, but mostly people. So until your puppy gets like around 5-6 months, they won't run away. Like, they don't tend to go very far. Like, she is, well, she's pretty independent. She's like 5 months now, so she does tend to go further, but even still, the puppies generally like to stay right next to you, and if you just like walk away from them, they tend to get up and follow me. But Millie, come on. Hey, Millie, come. Go girl, Millie, Millie, come. Yes. Oh, go girl. Foo, come. Go girl, foo, come. Yeah, she's a little hesitant. Foo, come right now. Foo, come. But yeah, she still listens. Come on, go girl. Yes, go girl. Hi, Zoe. Mellow, come. Mellow, good boy. So I've got 3 dogs out here that are leash trained and like off leash trained, I guess. But they don't necessarily heel with me that well. They still can, but you gotta show them how to a bit. But they just like roaming out here. If I tell them to stay right next to me, they will. Like, if I keep telling them to not run away. But they like to play out here, so. The way I've taught them how to follow me without a leash or an e-collar is just telling them to come to me. They already know like what it means, and basically I just coax them with like leaving my arms out and stuff, and like telling them to come to me. And then they start to learn. Like, if I tell one dog, Lucy, come, to come to me, and then generally a lot of the rest of them follow, especially if they're all in a bunch, and they all just follow me, and they all learn what come means that way. And but if they do decide like they don't want to come, then I just have to go get them. For example, this puppy right here, he doesn't really know how to come to me. He doesn't know how to follow me exactly. He just likes to go wherever he wants and stuff. But how I would train him to follow me and come when he's called is basically, I just tell him, Romeo, come up, Romeo. And yeah, he's doing his own thing. He doesn't really know what I mean when I say this. But you just go up to him, come on, Romeo, and I tell him no first. I always tell him no. I pick him up and then put him down. Come on. And then I basically tell him to follow me. He already is pretty much, but Romeo, hey, no, Romeo, come, good boy, come on, good boy. And then you pet him. So you just tell him no, pick him up by the scruff, and then they'll follow you basically. It really doesn't hurt them. So a lot of the dogs have already gotten used to picking them up by the scruff, and they're fine with it. But they don't necessarily like it. Some of them don't like it. Romeo, come on. But it's just like another way of coaxing him to come to you without having to use like any tools. And then eventually he'll go do whatever he wants, and then you just gotta test him. Testing them basically is calling your name, and you want him to obviously come to you. But yeah, if you walk away from him, this helps a lot. You just keep walking away from him, and he just keeps following you. And he learns to follow you. Romeo, come. He just really wants to follow, but yeah. Annie, come. Annie, go girl, Danny. Hey, this is Danny. Danny, come. Klaus, come. Come on, Klaus. Go girl, Danny. Go girl. Go boy, Klaus. Yes. If you get them to follow you just even a few times, just telling them to come, Mellow, come. And then they listen. Just reward them. And then they'll pretty easily listen to you. Even after a few times, and they learn that they're not allowed to just go and do whatever they want. Of course, you don't want to start with them running around and doing this. It's better just to keep them very close to you, especially if it's a dog that is a little bit afraid, and they tend to not want to be next to people as much. Not that they don't want attention or anything. They just are more afraid of people. But you can teach them that being next to people is a good thing, and then they'll follow you all the time once they learn that. Come on, guys, come. Millie, come. Birdie, come. Come on, Zoe. Come on, Pearl, come. Come on, Mellow, Millie. And then they learn to follow you. And you always need to test them. So, like, Romeo's not really coming to me. I didn't really call his name. But if you tell him to come, that's good. But then as soon as they decide that they're going to go do whatever they want, you got to tell them no. As soon as they decide, okay, I'm not going to do what they're asking me to do, then you got to tell them no immediately. You walk up to him. They might start to run away. So that's why you really want them on leash. If they're more of an afraid dog and they don't like being picked up by the scruff or whatever. But you do got to tell them no. Fufu, come. Klaus. Hey. Get over here. Fufu, come. And, they're not going to like always being picked up by the scruff and whatever. And they can become a little bit afraid at first. But as soon as you pick them up by the scruff, you just put them back down. You pet them for, like, coming to you, basically. They didn't actually do it. But the thing is, then you just start walking away from them. And you tell them to come again. And you teach them that every time they don't do it, they get picked up. And then every time they do it, they get pet. And you don't want to scare them too much, obviously. But, they've got to learn to listen. And once they've learned to listen, then this isn't even, like, required. I don't really need to do that for most of these dogs. The thing is, you always got to keep testing them. Even a dog that's fully trained. We've had Fufu for 4 years. She tends to want to do whatever she wants to do. She doesn't always like to listen. She's very independent. And the thing, if I don't call her name every so often, because she was going down there, obviously. If I don't call her name, she'll start to roam and do what she wants. So I got to keep her on her toes, because she really does like to go wherever she wants to. And the less I call her, the more likely she is to run away. And if I ever do call her and tell her to come and she doesn't, I really got to tell her no, because she will just keep doing the same thing over and over again, which is not ideal. Don't want her to run away. Not that she will, but she likes to explore. All of our dogs are very small, so I have a lot of control over them. If you're training a bigger dog, and if you're training a dog that likes to run away, like they like to hunt for things, we have Cavaliers, which do tend to want to explore, and they want to chase things down and stuff, but not to the extent of certain breeds. So if you do have, like, a breed that likes to run away, I would not recommend doing this without, like, leash training them extensively. You gotta leash train them extensively. Don't just do this to any dog. They have to be a dog that doesn't have an instinct to run away, because some dogs just have an instinct that they just really want to run away. Birdie, come. Tucker, come. Good boys. Yes. Good girl, Millie. Yes. Good girl, Birdie. Yes. Good girl. Yes, I know. Don't do this on a dog that loves to chase like squirrels and stuff. You have to leash train them first. But even our Cavalier King Charles, they always follow me. They're honestly some of our best dogs now that they're trained. These ones are probably a lot of our worst dogs. They don't always listen, but they still do well enough that I do this. It's not like they never listen. Klaus, get over here. Come on, Klaus. Millie, come. Hey, Millie, come. Yeah, she's really hesitant, which is not ideal. If they start to become hesitant, you've got to tell them no. Like you say the word once. See how she's not coming? Millie, come. No. She's really hesitant. Now she will come, but no. You still got to follow. Hey, you still got to follow through with the no. I wouldn't say no twice. Just say no once, and then you got to follow through. You pick her up. She doesn't like it. She's okay though. Millie, come. Good girl. See, and then she learns. She's now allowed to run away, and just not listen. Good girl, Millie. Good girl. See, now she'll follow me, because she knows that she gets pet when she's followed, and she knows that she's listening. She knows how to come. They've actually been leash trained and stuff, so they know exactly when they should be coming when they're called and stuff. But you know, she likes to play, but that doesn't mean that she shouldn't listen. She has to listen still. Now, I've also taught them to the command inside. So, yes, they all like to go inside. They all learn. Even these puppies, they got to jump up a little ledge here, and they still do it just fine. Come on, inside. Come on. Yep. Come on, inside. So these puppies, Romeo and Juliet, they can jump up here. They didn't always. Come on, Poo-Poo. Poo-Poo, come. Poo-Poo, come. She's even a little bit hesitant, too. She's got to always come when she's called.